emotionally charged novel inspired by real-life heartbreak. What began as a song then evolved into a screenplay and eventually become a novel, exploring emotional betrayal, losing yourself inside a relationship and finding your identity again, and ultimately choosing yourself. Nikki describes the story as fictional, but the emotions behind it are very much real. And today we're going to talk about her story, her journey, what happened behind the book, the healing, and how she turns something incredibly painful into creativity. So thank you so much, Nikki, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
That's amazing. Tell me, I always ask this bullshit question at the beginning, and actually lots of people are like, it's rubbish, it's not really fitting, but I'm going to ask anyway, and you can answer it in whatever way you'd like to. Who is Nikki? Whether that is now, before, who you want to be? Who are you, Nikki?
I am a work in progress. That's what I am. I am a work in progress. It's funny you asked that because I ending a 7.5 year relationship with someone, and it wasn't a bad relationship. I've outgrown the relationship, and when I look back on the last 7 years, I'm in shock and appalled that that's where I was when we met.
Yeah.
But I'm so not that person anymore. So I'm just a work in progress. And so I'm looking forward to see where this will all take me because we're always becoming, right? So
Yeah,
I'm
we're
excited.
never the same version. May
No.
I ask a rude question? How old are you roughly? Mm. You're definitely younger than me, my friend.
How old are you,
I'm
roughly?
40, I'm 40 and I put you about 30.
I love you so much. And I'm going to tell my actual age. I am 57.
No, you're not.
I am.
No.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you serious?
So serious. I can't believe it either, though. I'm too goofy to be 57.
Are you sure though?
That's what my birth
It,
certificate
you're
says,
not,
and I
you're
believe
not
I've
like,
been
and
here
I'm not
50.
even being nice because I'm autistic, so I'm like too honest for this shit. If you were 57, I'll be like, yeah, girl, you look 57. But what?
Yeah. I'll be 58 in January.
Wow. Okay, you're doing well. You're doing all right.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. Amazing. Perfect. Which then brings me on to, so what brought you to this place at 57? Have Is it one bad relationship? Is it a whole barrage of bad relationships that spurred this book? Or is it life in general?
None of the above, actually. I am
Uh-huh.
just a creator. I'm a singer songwriter first. So a few decades ago, when I was in this relationship um, and got out of it, I was working on my album. And so I wrote a song called Loved You, Hated You. And that song got on the album. Um, but because I'm a creator, I also do film and television. When I was listening to the song, which happens to me when I listen to music, I see the story playing out. So I actually saw a whole movie. I'm a
Yeah.
screenwriter, so I wrote the screenplay. Here's where the book comes in. It was not even supposed to happen. The publisher called me and was like, "Do you have a book?" Now, when a publisher calls you, you never say no, right? But I didn't
Yeah.
have a book. So I was like, I think I'm going to turn this screenplay
Yeah.
into a because
I need to make it happen and fast.
yeah, yeah. So a million years ago, a friend of mine was reading this script at my kitchen table, and she couldn't put it down. She read the whole thing, and she goes, "You should turn this into a book." Well, at that time, I'm not an author. I'm a screenwriter, so no, I'm not turning it into a book. But why would her words come and bite me in the butt when the publisher calls? She's like, "Do you have a book?" And I'm like, I went right to that conversation, like, "Yep, got a book." Turn this into a book. So that's how it became a book. Nothing, emotional and like, oh, I should turn it into. It wasn't that. It
Oh, so
was.
I see. I'm thinking you're going to tell me, oh, they're my journals that I collated over the years. Now I
No.
don't even know where I'm going with this. I'm gonna have to pivot.
I'm keeping you on your toes.
It's working. The 57 bit's still like in the back of my mind. I'm still like, what the hell? Yeah. So, so it wasn't particularly that bad relationship that spurred the book on.
No, not even close. But what it did do, as I've been doing podcasts and kind of not so much in the book, but the questions that you interviewers are asking brings up old feelings and emotions that I didn't realize some I hadn't even dealt with, you know?
Yeah.
So that's been part of the journey with this book. So see, all is not lost.
No, I can reclaim it back somehow. So, so is your main thing? So when I was reading about you and stuff, I saw that the relationship badly affected you. Was it a first relationship or?
It so that relationship, I was 21
Yeah,
and he's still in my life and I'm 57. But yeah, but you know, when you're in your 20s, and I'm going to say this because every toxic relationship has a reason or a root behind it. For
yeah,
this particular relationship, as horrible as it was just immaturity that played a lot of roles in this. Um, so, you know, I had just lost my mom. I had just moved to Los Angeles. I didn't have any friends in it or any family. And here I meet this guy who is everything, but he had a best friend who was jealous of our relationship and so did
there's
everything.
always a best friend.
Yes. So he did everything he could to sabotage our relationship. And
Mm,
because he was too immature at the time to recognize it, and neither one of us were like, I guess, mature enough to be in this really adult relationship.
yeah.
So he became abusive and more emotional, sometimes physical. He did come after me with a gun. But yeah,
Oh my, oh,
yeah. So, but it's interesting because over the years, we've talked about a lot of things and we've just evolved into friends. And we've both been married, divorced. I'll tell you a funny story. Um, my daughter was born after his daughter, and he called me because my daughter was actually born on his birthday.
that was what I was going to ask. Do you have children together?
No,
No.
well,
Okay. Just to set the scene in
but
my head.
no. Stick a pin in that because I do have a story about that. So come back to that, please.
Okay. Okay.
But my daughter was born on his birthday. He called me and he goes, "Why didn't you call me for my birthday?" I said, "Well, I was a little busy." He goes, "You did not have that baby on my birthday." I was like, "I surely did." And he goes, "Well, what's her name?" And I said, "Naya." And he goes, "You're shitting me, right?" And I'm like, "No." He goes, "You know that's my daughter's name."
It's it's. Are you sure you're not? Wasn't bunny boilerish? You wasn't stalking him. You didn't know that was his daughter's name
I had no
because
idea. I
that's
had
too weird.
so
Either that or you're too connected.
I did not. And my daughter is actually named after a boss I had from when I first moved to LA. I was working at a record company and my boss's name was Naya. And I thought that was the most beautiful name ever. And so that name has been in my head way before my
You,
daughter was
you know
born.
when we have names, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I even established my email address
Yeah.
with her name in it before she was ever born. So, no,
But
it
you
was
didn't tell him
shocking.
that,
Never. Because we
so
never
he
talked
didn't
about
steal it from you either.
no, not at all.
That's so
Isn't that
weird.
crazy?
That
But
is crazy.
you asked if we, and this is where I'm going to get deep. You asked if we had children together. We do have a soul together.
Hmm.
So, I did get pregnant and I told you about this best friend. And when I told him I was pregnant, he was so excited and so happy and so doting. And then until he told his best friend. So one day I come home from work and I call him like I normally do. Hey, babe, I'm home. And I was telling him how I was feeling, or whatever. And I hear his friend giggling in the background. And he goes, "Tell her to kill it or you'll kill her." And he goes, "Kill it or I'll kill you." So I giggled because I'm thinking, surely he's joking.
You're like, what? Yeah.
Yeah, no. And so I was forced into an abortion. having an abortion.
Did he show signs of that behavior before?
He
was very like in awe of his friend.
Because I told you he came after me with a gun one time. So yeah, he did kind of show like kill it or I'll kill you. He already came after me with a gun. Like I'm gonna take you seriously at this point. you know.
Yeah.
And we did have other like really bad um confrontations, if you will, before then. So that right there was just, and I mean, like one time I was in my house, he didn't know I was home because when I meditate, I've always been kind of a praying, meditating person. So I like it dark. He didn't know I was home, and he had keys to my house, and he came in to ransack my house and throw everything. And then when he got to my room, I was sitting up in the bed. He turned on the light and was shocked, like, because I was sitting there, but he just came to tear up my house. So, yeah, I took his threat very seriously.
Yeah.
Very seriously.
Why didn't you leave? Because, like, we hope that well-adjusted women, you know, I'm a mother. I'm a mother of four. My older lot are in their 20s. I've got a younger girl that's 9. And I was not confident. I've been in the worst relationships. I put up with the biggest load of bullshit because my self-worth is so fucking low. Not anymore because I stay single and I'm so happy. But my self-worth all through my life was so low. So someone would show me their red flags, and instead of running, I'd be like, I will hold them red flags for you. You know, I will look after them and I will fix them for you, honey. Like, I will make everything better.
You just answered the question you asked me. Why did I say? You answered it. You just answered it. Because that is what us women do. And especially when you're young, and especially when you don't have that self-esteem and that self-love. And my North Star.
And your mum had gone, and you were clinging on to what you had afterwards, right?
Yeah. I had no friends in LA. You know, I had one. And I don't know if she was a friend. She was a work friend. So I would only see her at work and we'd have lunch or whatever. But yeah, I mean, would it happen again today? Absolutely not. But that's where I was. And that's why, you know, when you say, who is Nikki? Like, Nikki at that time was so young and so vulnerable and so sure of herself, but so unsure. But didn't know she was unsure. You know what I mean? Because I'm thinking, okay, well, because when he was good, and you know this, when we have those toxic ones, when they're good, they are so freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I told you, I had keys to my apartment. One Valentine's Day, I came home from work. There were rose petals from my front door down the hallway to the bedroom. The bedroom door was closed. I opened it up. Flowers, balloons, teddy bears everywhere. And he wrote the most loving card to me ever, right?
And that's when he does them prick rat-like moves. You're like, okay, but that's still that person. So we've got to get back to that person because that person did exist. And then you beat yourself up. What did I do to change that person? And I get that.
So you lose yourself, you know, and it wasn't until my work friend and I, you know, that was our conversation every day at lunch. What did he do now? Oh my God, he did, you know. So after a while, and she'd give me this amazing advice, and of course I wouldn't use it because you don't know him, you don't know us. Oh my God. So
he's got so many problems. Like he's a troubled like baby that I need to take care of. He's my responsibility. He had such a bad childhood.
You know, and no, for real. Like, and he really, his excuse, and he never used it as an excuse, but my excuse was, you know, he was adopted and he's, you know, he feels some kind of way because he doesn't know his birth parents and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So we get caught into all of those things and we lose ourselves. And I think I was so young. I lost my mom so young, the one person that was guiding me. And what's funny is when I would tell people during the time that knew me, they're like, you? Because I'm a badass. Like, I'll whip your ass.
Yes.
So how did I get in this relationship? Like, what? So.
And I think that's what the craziest thing is. It's normally them badass people that you see that it's like I don't know if it's a mask or even if they know if it's a mask that they're wearing, but underneath is not like that.
Right. I'm this soft, vulnerable, but
Yeah,
people think that, oh, you won't accept that. You don't, but you don't know until you're in those situations.
yeah.
And this friend, we went to lunch one day and she goes, I feel bad that you're going through all this with your boyfriend, but I don't want to hear it anymore because I keep giving you advice and you're not taking it, so you want to stay. So we
How long had it been of giving her that advice? Of her giving you that advice?
Oh, probably, I want to say maybe 2, 3 months. She hung in there for a
Oh,
minute. Yeah,
I
she
thought
hung
you
in
were
there
going
for
to
a
say
minute.
years.
No,
I've
no,
had
no.
some friends that have sat with me for years,
Oh,
giving
no.
me the same advice.
No, she was like, I'm not hearing this shit anymore.
She had to be cruel to be kind, to be fair.
But kudos to me, I listened and I didn't get mad. I went home and thought about our conversation, pouting, but like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, she's
Well, if
actually.
you didn't get mad at that man, you can't get mad at her.
I mean,
But
I
that's
could
what we do
have,
at the time.
but
That's what we do at the time. We get mad at everyone else, but
yeah,
the main
that's why
person, we're like, no.
I was like, kudos to me, because at least at that time I was at least a little mature to not get mad at her,
Yeah.
and really sit back and go, huh, maybe this isn't such a good relationship. But I also think I listened to her because she was older than me,
Did
not
she
much.
have her shit together?
A little bit more. She was married. She already had kids. She was in her, I want to say, late 20s, early
Yeah.
30s. I was brand new 20s. So I'm listening to her more like a big sister, aunt, mother
Yeah.
than a really good friend. So I think maybe that too was why I was listening to her. But after that, I didn't leave right away, that relationship, but I was starting to pay attention because I had never even heard of red flags. Like, this is who he is. Like,
It was, you know what? It wasn't such a, and I've said this quite a lot of times recently. Now I feel like I live in an echo chamber on my phone of sensory overload, nervous system. It's all the things I see, red flags. And I think if you would have asked my mother 20 years ago, what's the nervous system? She would have been like, it wasn't something that we spoke about. Now I
right.
think red flags and nervous system and all of this stuff is stuff that we talk about. So I
Yes.
think back then it wasn't such a thing.
No,
Now you
it really
could
wasn't.
probably. I interviewed a man the other day and he made a app to recognize red flags.
Okay.
So it's a thing. There's apps about it and everything.
Yeah.
So, but at
But
the time you don't see it.
no, you don't. And I think, now that we are in an age where people are talking about their nervous system and toxic relationships, because that wasn't a thing either. It's a
Yeah.
toxic relationship. Like that,
And
no.
neither was coercive control or
Right,
any.
right.
I
None
mean,
of
it
it,
was very much a thing. I had a
for
mum and dad,
sure.
and it was kind of coercive, but or traditional. Um,
Right, there
but
you go.
but it was a thing, but it just wasn't ever. We didn't have a phrase for it.
Right, exactly. And so now I actually appreciate that because I hear my daughter, who's 26, and you thought I was 30. I love it. But anyway,
People say it to me. So when I go out with my sons are a lot darker in complexion to me, right? And people go out and they're like, "Wow," and I'm like, "No, that's my son." Oh, it makes me feel so ill.
oh, that happened to me. My son's 19,
Yeah.
and we were walking on the beach one day, and this lady's like, "Oh my God, you guys are such a cute couple. I thought he was gonna die."
Yeah,
Like,
he's cute because I birthed him out of my vagina.
and I was like, "No, ma'am, this is my son." She was like, "Well, whatever it is, you guys are really cute." I was like, "Don't we have the same face?" She's like, "Now that I'm looking, yeah, you do. You have the same face." I'm like, "Yeah, this is my baby."
That was why you looked so good together. I went to see a comedian. He's called Mo. Do you know Mo? He's a comedian. He's a Palestinian American comedian. And
Okay.
I went and watched him stand up in the UK with my son. And someone said to me when I went to the toilet, "You and your date seem to be not getting on so well." And I was like, "Yeah, that's because I just shouted at him all the way because he's not my date." So it does happen. Thank God for
Yeah,
good
yeah.
photos.
But it's so funny because I have an annual 27th birthday party because I won't let 27 go. So my
Yeah.
daughter, who's 26, she'll be 27 in February. She goes, Mom, can you bump this up a little bit? Like, you have to bump it up.
It's getting weird.
And I said, no, you'll just outgrow me, and that's what it is. Like, I
To
mean,
be fair,
she,
I think they're gonna outgrow you anyway because you are not growing. That your face is. I still can't. Is it stress? Did stress keep you young?
it must, you know what? Now, if that's a thing,
There
hell
is
yeah. Hell yeah. Bottle up my stress, you'll look like this.
You too can have this, ladies.
But you have to go through this shit in this bottle. Like, are you willing?
Yeah, exactly. Not sure.
I'll get the crow's feet. I don't know.
I need to know what happened to this guy though, because you're still friends with him.
Yes. So
Is he okay now?
oh yeah, he's fine.
I
He's
mean, you
fine.
couldn't get much worse. Like,
Yeah, no, he's fine. And what's interesting, here's a funny story. So we both got married. We were both going through a divorce at the same time, and we always keep in touch. And ironically, before we got into marriage territory, when we date other people, we'd stop talking like out of respect for our
yeah,
mutual friends.
yeah,
But
that was my next question. So,
yeah, so we talk. He's in a relationship. Hey, I met this girl. We don't talk, and then they're over. Who call? What's going on with you? Oh, I'm with this guy, and we don't talk. It was kind of
yeah,
like that, but
it's an unwritten rule that you just
yeah,
don't out respect for your
yeah,
partner.
exactly.
That's cool. Yeah,
Yeah. So, but through
probably
the
not
years,
healthy actually though. For normal people, that
I don't know
but
what
I
it
don't know. For
is.
normal people, they're probably like, oh no, you should be able to tell your partner if you're friends with your ex. But
Yeah, this one I don't know because it's so layered and so deep, and we have so much history.
yeah,
Um,
plus if I was your man, right, and you said I'm friends with my ex, he chased me with a gun, I'd be like,
Right. I mean, even people,
what?
and not even the new guy, just friends. Like,
Yeah,
huh? Like, what? That's the guy you were. Okay.
yeah,
So but over so we broke up for a very long time, clearly, before we even talked again, and Facebook, I think, happened, and he reached out, hey, what's going on? So. We never really talked about all the trauma, but there was, I'm sorry, I'm a better person. And we just kept it as friends. And, that's how I was able to keep up with his life. But here's something also funny. So we were both going through a divorce. My son was just born. So this was 19 years ago. That was the last time I saw him. And he actually left LA. He moved to another state. And so he invited me to his house because he was going through a divorce, and I was like, sure. So I took my baby and everything. We both went, but no. Before I took the baby, I went to visit him, and we went out with another friend of his, and it was so interesting because this guy goes, "Oh, you're Nikki. I have heard so much about you," and I'm
you're the
like,
one that got away.
you're the one that got it. And then he starts telling me all this stuff. And my ex guy, is sitting there like, why is he telling her all this stuff? But he was saying all the things that you should have been saying this to me instead of
Yeah,
chasing me with a friggin' gun,
yeah,
listening to your
exactly.
best friend.
He chased you away, man. Yeah.
So I'm just sitting there. So, but here we go. Of course, that elicited some like,
Oh, maybe he was the one all along.
maybe he was
And
the one.
now we had to come apart to learn our lessons so that we
Yes.
can come back together
See,
again.
you are my
So
kindred spirit.
cliche.
So I went back. He invited me back, right? And this time I took the baby. And here's what was crazy. Now that his best friend, they had not been friends probably for 20 years at that point, right? I asked him, I'm like, where's your guy? He was like, oh, I haven't talked to him in 20 years. I swear, I'm sitting on his couch, his phone rings, and it's the best friend. It was like he could smell me. Yeah. He looked at the phone and saw the caller ID and was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
Are
And I'm
you
like,
sure that he weren't just like, no, I don't see him
no,
anymore?
because we had talked. I mean, there would be no
What?
reason for him to lie about it, because we're talking about our old friends, our mutual friends. Have you heard from
That's
them? Have you heard what's going on?
crazy.
So
You
I was
know
like,
what? That friend was probably the one that was in love with you all along.
Never thought about it. That's a
Oh,
possibility.
100%. He was either in love with you or he was in love with the gun guy. Could go
Right?
either way.
Or both.
I heard there's polyamory nowadays, so we
You
can
know
work
what?
with that.
You're the first person that ever brought that up, and you might have a point there. But it was like he could smell me, and he called, and you could hear by that conversation, like, "Hey, man, what's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, I don't know what. I was just thinking about you. You just popped up in my mind. I thought I'd check on you." And he goes, "You won't believe who's here." And he goes, "Who?" And he calls me Nick. He goes, "Nick." And he was like, "Get out." Like, it was just so weird. And I'm like, I got a little at this point because we're what, 20 years past where we were
Yeah.
before. But those feelings of, oh my God, are we about to go through this? I'm in another state with my new baby. Like, no. So, but no, it went away, and he went away, and we had an amazing time, and we thought we were going to rekindle this. But one of my requirements was we did need to talk about that abortion situation, and we needed to talk about that gun situation, because how can you have a relationship and the big elephant is in the room and nobody wants to talk about it? We didn't talk about how I felt, how you made me feel, none of that. It just kind
Yeah.
of went away. I'm not that person anymore. No, that's not
You're grown now and you don't sweep stuff under the carpet and yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, no, but so I remember, I think I went to visit him like 2 or 3 times. And the last time I was visiting, I was leaving and he had the biggest crocodile tears in his eyes. And I'm sitting there like, okay, but dude, we need to talk about what's important to me, because I'm growing now. Like, I'm not gonna let this man be in control, any man be in
Yeah.
control anymore. So we need to talk about this. And because he could never talk about it, I never went back. And that was,
Do you know what though? Maybe you revisited that whole situation to get the strength to say, actually, no, that's not the one, and I'm not going back.
yeah. But moving fast forward to, life is moving on. We're still talking. Um, I told you I've been in a relationship for the past 7.5 years. When I met this guy, though, I'm like, holy cow, is this how I'm supposed to be treated? Like, wait a minute. So
And was he a liar or was he real?
the guy he's real. He is real. Um, I just don't want to be in this relationship anymore because he's still where we were, and I would like to move forward. And he's complacent,
Yeah.
and I'm quite vibrant, and I don't want to be complacent. So that's it. I love him to death. This is a very painful
Respectful.
decision
Yeah.
that I'm making, but I am choosing me
That
for the
is
first
so
time.
good. That is so good, because normally people would stay and they'd say, I'm getting older and I've sunk loads of money into this thing. Like when you've got a car and it keeps breaking, but you keep fixing it. And then
Mhm.
in the end, you just need to shit or get off the toilet.
Yes.
And
And
you're getting off the
I'm
toilet.
getting off the toilet because I'm just like, and this is really like, I've never been in this position before, like leaving someone, just choosing me, but I am still so very madly in love with him. But
Yeah.
this
And
is
they
not,
wasn't abusive and he wasn't horrible. It just wasn't right for you.
and he was right at the time. He's just not right where I'm going now.
Yeah.
And he's feeling it. He's feeling the shift, because when he met me, my life was crazy dealing with my ex-husband and all kinds of things. And he was actually my son's coach. So, we had that. And that's how I actually met him. And I mean, life, I couldn't ask for a better person, but I'm regaining my life. My ex-husband passed away. He was a horrible person. My dad passed away. He was a horrible person. So all these people these men that were in my life that were kind of had some sort of influence, they're gone. And I'm feeling my legs come back,
Yeah,
like,
and he taught you that guy taught you that men can be safe, and was he a good role model to your children? And
absolutely. And they love him. They both my kids love him, and they loved him for me. But my daughter, who's older, is like, no, mom, you need a little bit more. He's not like stepping up. He's nice and I love him and he loves you and you love him, but you need this because you're this, you know. But
Yeah.
that's where I was at the time. But now, like I said, I'm getting my legs and things are moving forward. He can't come, and I just see it, and I can hear it in our conversations. You know, I've been in the entertainment industry for over 3 decades. When he met me, it was a that's a whole other podcast. My ex-husband just stripped my life and left us destitute, so he found me at that place.
Yeah.
But things are now picking back up. I have a new album coming out in a couple months. The videos, I'm shooting a movie, like all these things. And I'm trying to incorporate him into this life. This
How
is
does
what.
he feel about that? Like, you know, if it was me and I'm playing devil's advocate, because I always play devil's advocate, you know,
Mhm.
he feels like he met you when you was in a bad place, he picked you up, he put you back together, and then now you found yourself and
See, I don't think he thinks of it that way, though. I don't
because it's
think,
nice.
yeah, he doesn't think of, oh, she was down on her luck and I picked her up and now she's getting her legs. He's never at least expressed that to me, and that's the first time I've never even felt like that. He's never
Yeah,
made me
that's
feel like that. It's just that, and he has listened to me. You know, I have multiple companies. He's When I tell you, he is the brilliant mind behind so much of my everything,
yeah.
including my music. So he's always been supportive. I just think he's too scared to live outside of where he is because he's been in
If
this.
he can he give you something? Can he gain something and you could go back? Or is it
No, I really feel like this is a soulmate. I really feel like it's not going to be forever, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, is this for, I'm not doing that. I have to go. I
yeah,
have to go live my life. And should he figure out that, you know what, Nikki, yeah, I want to take this next ride with you, and I can do it because he says he can, but then he just when things happen, he says to me like that's I think he's scared. He's like that's the next level. Like I've never been, lived like that, and I've never, so we're from two opposite sides of the world anyway. Like I grew up with an au pair, so
yeah,
I've always had a different life, and he grew up in the streets and a drug dealer, been to jail, all that stuff. He's reformed. He's an amazing person
yeah,
now.
yeah.
So, but I think, and he gets my life, and he wants that, and he wants it for me. He's never sabotaged anything. He's only supported, and whatever he can give, he's done that. But he personally isn't taking a step to walk with me,
Yeah.
and if you're going to be my partner, I need you to walk this with me. And in the conversations when you're saying that's a different level, or you'll be around a different echelon of men, those are his exact words, like you're afraid that I'm going to leave you, that this is
Yeah.
too big. And that's not what this is, but I'm not going to babysit you either, because I
You
do
see
know.
where that's going. That
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes. So I just I'm gonna be free to fly, and if it's meant to be, it'll be right. But
And exactly, if it's yours, it will come back for you one
yeah,
day.
yeah,
But you've been tied down so much. You've had your kids. You lost your mum, so you come straight from your parents basically to this man, and then to this man, and you haven't been able to fly free before. And if you don't fly free now, you're never ever gonna get that opportunity to fly
exactly,
free. So this is
exactly.
what you're choosing. You choose flying free or you choose being comfortable. And I think
Yes,
you're gonna regret it if you don't.
yes, yes. That's what the hard decision was. Like I could stay in this relationship and just be comfortable and talk about, oh, that could have been me, or I could have
Yeah,
done that, or it should have been more, and I will end up hating him at the end
yeah.
of the day, when I should be hating myself because it's my decision. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna end this. I want to experience an amazing life on my terms,
Yeah.
however that looks, and you're not able to go. So as much as I love you and as much as it hurts, I gotta go.
Bye. It took you a long time to get there, to have that agency for yourself, and you're now a grown-ass woman with, I'm not going to say she's 26 because she's obviously not, because you're only 27. But
Right.
you know, you've got, your daughter's like 10 or whatever, right? So you know, you've got a example that, and you've got to that place in life where you found your feet. It may have took to a shockingly 57, but
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah, and you know what? I needed every one of those years to become this person that I am now. I am so in love with myself. It's not even funny. Like, I just love me so much. What, you don't want to come on? Look, you don't want to come on this journey with me? Okay, bye. I mean, that's
I'll take my fat ass by myself.
you know,
my American accent, it always comes out.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just, I am enjoying this. I call it, it's not even a new chapter in my life. I think the old book has closed and I'm creating a new life, a new book. And as I was making, that's why I'm in a new home.
Yeah.
And it's the most incredible home I've ever had in my life. And
You're
I'm
a
just,
big girl now.
I'm a big girl now.
You're getting your shit together.
God, I can't believe it.
It's been like 36 minutes and I feel like I've been on a whole arse journey with you. Like, I know where you've been, and I know this for you is big. Like, you're now standing on your 2 feet.
Yes.
And you've always been an adult, but now you're actually doing it.
Yeah, yeah. And I had a friend tell me the other day, she said, I admire you. She said, because you get shit done. And that made me feel really good because that means I didn't settle and I didn't get complacent. I just kept pushing and pushing through all of it. But I've been breaking up with this guy for probably the last 3 years, but I'm there now.
Are you sure because we've all had, you know what, my heart sank when you said I've been breaking up with him for 3 years, because we've all had that like 5-year breakup where we say, no, it's been a year and I'm never going back after a year. And then fuck, we go back. Like,
But I when I say I've been breaking up with him for a year, like I've
you've
broken
never,
up with him 3 times, but it's not a breakup and then I go back. It's just I'm breaking up here in my mind
is attaching.
and pushing back. But now it's like I don't know what happened when I moved into this house. He's only been here one time, and I haven't even talked to him. I don't think in like 3 weeks at this point. So
I think it's your new start.
Hmm?
It's your new start.
It's my new start. And so honestly, whatever happened when I moved in this house, is like I told you, I'm madly in love with him. I don't feel that like, oh my God, I don't have any of that. I'm so ready to go and just take.
You don't feel empty or numb, and you know when you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, I feel like
Girl,
empty.
I don't even think about him anymore.
So
That's
there you go. I hope he's not listening to this.
I mean, and if he does, then it is what it is, right?
And you know what? You've painted him as the loveliest guy, and you know he's been amazing with your kids, and you've been honest. There is nothing more that you can be, and I would only expect that from my sons and from my daughter as well. So
yeah. So this is a you problem, sir. At this point, it's not me. I gave you all the time. I gave you all my complaints. I gave you everything, and you couldn't comply. So I gotta go. And I also will say this: once I really cut that cord energetically and spiritually, so much more has started happening for me. So much good stuff has just been coming for me. And then I'm like, yeah, you don't even know these relationships have blockage too on your success and on your forward movement. So since
you don't even know, like, honestly, you don't even know. It is fucking unreal. Like,
it
the
is.
blessings that come when you let go with something that you didn't want to let go of is like unreal.
It's unreal. It's like magic for real. Like
Crazy.
I'm like, oh my goodness. And truth be told, I feel lighter. I feel younger. And just so you know, I only date younger men because I don't get anybody my age. It's just weird.
I can see why, because what the hell? Yeah. Good for you. Lock
So,
yourself up.
and here's what's so funny. When we started dating 7 years ago, I had just turned 50, and I think he was 42.
Yeah.
And my daughter was like, I'm proud of you, Mom. You got somebody in their 40s.
To be fair, I can't see you with no like 60-year-old. I just can't.
No
Yeah,
offense, but excuse me.
mentally, spiritually, everything. I
Yeah.
mean, he would
I,
have to be something special.
I still skip. Like I skip, I jump, I hop. And truth be told, it's nothing that I'm trying to do. I just feel like I remember being younger, like a kid, and thinking, okay, when you get a certain age, like you just transform into acting a certain way and dressing a certain way. And as I get older, I'm like, well, when is that gonna happen? But it's never happened. Like I remember I went to my doctor one time, and he's looking at the paperwork, and like, you just don't even dress like you're your age. And I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I don't know what that's supposed to be. I mean, but even I had my daughter late. I was 31 when I had my daughter.
Yeah.
And there was an on-call doctor that came in to check on me after I had her, and he opened up the door and then he went back. And he opened up the door again and he left again.
He thought you must be the wrong person because you're a geriatric mum, or
He said,
I was 31 when I had my daughter as well. Like when I had the
he,
first lot, I was like 17, 18, 19. When I had my other child, I was 31, and I was an old lady apparently. And they were all looking for an old lady, and I am not an old lady, my friend.
right. And so he finally came. He said, I'm sorry. Are you Miss Allen? I said, yes. He said, oh my God. He said, you look like a 19-year-old sitting here. I was
Yeah.
looking for someone in their 30s. I was like, I am in my 30s, but I don't know. I'm thankful. My dad was 90 when he passed. He literally looked like he was 60. He never was completely gray. My dad was on Facebook tagging me every 5 minutes. Did you see this? So, and my mom, rest her soul, when we were in high school, we went somewhere and they thought these two guys were following us in the parking lot, and my mom was only 5'2" and I'm 5'8", and the guy goes, "I'm gonna take the tall one, you take the short one." And I was like, Mom, would you open the door? And he was like, Mom, oh my God, that's your mom. Ma'am, I'm so sorry, but you look like, oh my God, you're so fine. Oh my
I
God.
do that. I have to call my mum all the time in public because people be checking her out. And I say to my son, call me mum, call me mum. I'm like, come on, son, come on, son. I say it about 50 times just so people know I'm the mama, not in that way.
Yeah, it's interesting, but I don't know. I love life, and I hate when people say I'm getting old, and I'm like, that's why you look like that, because you're
Yeah.
into it, and I'm not. I'm like getting better. I'm just getting
The
better.
older I've got, the freer
Yes.
when I was young, I may have been younger, but I didn't know myself. I didn't know shit. I was putting myself in fucked up situations. And now as soon as I got to 40, I know myself. I have confidence. I don't settle. Like, it's better than any age that I've ever been.
Your 50s though, because this is the unfiltered.
Now I'm waiting for it. Now I've seen this.
Oh, I am so fucking unfiltered. It scares me,
Yeah.
but I love it because I didn't realize how much bullshit people were really on and how much they sell you, and then we take it like, oh, okay, and then we go home and bitch about it. Well, I'm not gonna go home and bitch about it. I'm gonna put this mirror up in your face and tell you you're on bullshit, and then they're looking at me like, oh my God, she's so mean. No, I'm just not taking your bullshit.
Yeah, I've had a lifetime of taking bullshit, and I can't take it anymore. I don't know what happened. Some mask, I took it off and I put it in my bag, and I couldn't ever put it back on again. It never fit
No,
again.
I burned my mask. I don't
Yeah.
even know what that thing is. Like,
I think I burnt it along with my bra. Like it was. I light all that shit up. I don't need it anymore.
So yeah, no, life is so much better, and it's so funny when I was getting, brushing my teeth this morning, thinking about you and our conversation. I'm like, man, just thinking to myself, like, you know, youth is great just because it's the journey that's helping you to become, and you're gonna go through all this shit because we think we're young, we shouldn't be going through anything. Like, why is the world happening like this? But I wouldn't repeat none of that shit again. But I'm thankful for it because I love who it made me become. And I
It's,
can only imagine. And I've heard people say, "Oh, when I hit my 50s, oh my God, it was the best." And then I've even heard women saying the 60s is where it's at. Now, I'm not rushing to get to that point, but I'm like, if it's any better than this, oh my God. But
yeah.
needed the bullshit in order to get here. It's like it's a trade-off for sure.
I think that's what it is. I think when you've gone through so much bullshit and then you finally find yourself and you find your happiness and you've got so much bullshit to compare it to, it's magical.
It is
It's the
so
only way I can
magical.
describe it. It's magical. Like,
That is the exact
and I
word.
don't even think I would change anything. And it sounds wrong. Like, I had the most horrific times, and I used to look up to God, and I used to be like, God, how could you? I've been born struggling. Like, I've had struggles since childhood. Like, how did you do this to me? And I didn't understand. If God loves you, then how does He put you through this? But actually, it took me 30 years to see the wisdom in absolutely everything that I went through. And now I'm like, yes, that was a sick, fucked up situation, but
That's what I say to God. I'm like, especially when I'm sitting out on my balcony at this crazy ass view that I have, and I'm like, okay, God, I get it now. But that was
yeah,
I wouldn't do that shit again, and that was really messed up. Like that was horrible. But
yeah.
I actually, nobody tells you this either. I'm at this place now where everything is good. And when I told you I came from an au pair, but my childhood was fucked up too. Like, oh my God. And I'm really starting as you get older and you're a mother and we're not our mother's mother, right? We don't have the
Yeah.
same value. And when you look back and see, I'm like, damn, they were fucking over me. Like that was a horrible childhood.
There was
But
a lot of stuff going on.
that was so much, and they just painted it like normal. It's just normal, and so you think it's normal,
Yeah.
but it wasn't normal. But anyway, I am sitting there, and I'm like, wow, that's why I say it's not a new chapter. This is a whole new life, and I'm struggling. This is somebody needs to write this book. How do you adapt to good when everything is just good? Like I'm having to learn that. And while I was sitting there in the bed the other day, like crying, like this is all so beautiful. I don't know how to accept it. As
I'm
I'm
so
sitting
glad there's other
there,
people that are experiencing this.
I literally I opened up my phone and I don't know if I was on Instagram or TikTok, but this little poster thing came up and it said, "You are living the dream because you survived the nightmare." And I was like, if that wasn't a direct message from God, because I was just like, "Whoa, I understand. This is so good. I can't believe it's happening. And all my life and my kids and I
Uh,
really accept it." Like it's so hard to accept. It's so hard to walk in the. I'm getting better now. I'm better now, but oh my God, it's been interesting because like when you just bullshit after solving this problem, you're always extinguishing something, because something's on fire, to no, everything's good. Everybody likes you. It's going perfect. Like here you go. Like yes, you can I yes. What
are you
yes?
expecting something to go wrong?
I'm trying not to. I am
That,
really trying to switch that mindset because that's the energy that you pull in, right? You put that
yeah,
out
yeah.
there, it's coming. So that has been the battle. I'm much better now, 3 weeks, 4 weeks in, but uh, it was initially like I'm gonna lose this. This is like and I have friends that are like, you deserve this. Like you really deserve this. Come on. So it's just me now reprogramming my brain to
Because
say,
you've been programmed a fucked up way and now you've got to unprogram that self, and you've carried that inside you for 27 whole years, Nikki. Like, that's a lot of years to undo.
no, we're talking 56, 57 years because we
No, no,
got to.
no. You're 27
Oh, am I
in my
27?
brain. Yep.
Okay, we're using my real age. Okay,
Get
got
with
it.
it.
My real
I
age,
got
yeah.
the fact, Nikki, don't worry.
Yes, so I've been carrying a lot for 27 years and trying to reprogram that, man, is
Yeah.
it's you don't, and that's how I'm realizing how fucked up I was because I'm like, wait a minute, when these little, and it's like now all of a sudden it's like I'm clearing out stuff and then more shit comes in. Then I'm like, ooh, I forgot about that. That was bad. But what is also good is I'm seeing some of the good from my childhood that was clouded with bad that I forgot about. So some of those good things
So
are
there
coming.
are good things.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it's a hell of a journey.
It is. That's life, man. Life
Man,
is life is a journey, and then you get really good at it, and then it's over.
I know, right? So I'm
I think
hoping
that yeah.
I'm like, God, you gotta match this 57 like on the good side now. Like
But yeah, don't worry, I'm getting there. I've had this all the same experiences recently. Like I was up in some really good hotel the other day, and I was looking out across London, and I thought 10 years ago I would never have spoke on a podcast. I would never be the places I am now, and all this bullshit's happened. But wow, like I'm blessed. Like
oh
now
my
I
God.
see the wisdom. Like now I know why you put me through that shit. um
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
and
Yes.
I am so blessed.
Yes.
Tell me about, I want to know before we end about the music. And I read about Adina Howard. I was a real big music fan when I was younger, when I was 27, like you, my friend. uh, Although I'm saying that, but Adina Howard was a few more years than 27. um
Yes.
yeah, but so tell me, music, where are you at now music wise? Where have you been music wise? Where's it taken you?
So first and foremost, music is my everything. That is my actual passion. I moved to LA to become a singer. And I've been very, very blessed since I've been here. I think 3 days after I got here, I was already working professionally. I got my first paid gig 3 days after I got here. Um, I don't know if you know who John B is, but I toured with him.
The
Yeah,
John B, the guy in the phone box. Did you see his music video? The white guy, you know,
yeah.
with the
I toured.
smooth voice.
Yes. So I toured with him.
Are you
I,
serious? I
yeah,
forgot about that guy. I haven't thought about him for a hot minute, and I did love him once.
I think because you're holding your chest. But yeah, I mean, I damn near. I if I went on about all the people I know and met and worked with in this industry, you'd be like, oh my God, I this is what I love to do. And so my first album was I put out in 2007. I had 5 songs on the Grammy ballot at that
Wow.
time from that album, but my ex-husband messed all that up. That we won't go there. And then I think what was next? I did a cover of My Favorite Things, which charted on iTunes. And then in 2019, we were getting ready to release my second album. We were able to get Bartender. That's the last song that was out, and then COVID hit, and
Uh,
I didn't finish the album, and then life just it was life, life just
yeah,
so
life just goes.
yeah, yeah, and but ironically, that somewhere in there, I met my guy, and he it was like he was just kind of it was good, but I think within the last, I'll say, year and a half, 2 years, I'm like, I have to get back to me. I
Yeah.
have to get back into creating, but the thing that I love most is music. And, but the music industry has changed. It's nothing like it was before.
No more Diddy parties.
No,
I
no,
had to say it.
right.
Right,
None of
somebody
that.
had to say
You
it.
know,
There was an elephant in the room.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. And so the industry is so different. Music has changed. I was an R&B artist, and
Well,
I'm just
yeah,
like,
and Adina Howard, John B, these were all my things back in the day. So this,
yeah. So that's not really happening, and that's kind of not where I wanted to go because
yeah,
I aesthetically like the goth rock look, right? And I like rock music, and I'm an R&B singer. And if you ever get the chance and look at my first album cover or get the insides of it, I have on goth clothes singing R&B, right? So I was like mixed up. So I don't know if you've heard. I'm sure you heard the song "Let the World Burn" by Chris Gray. Everybody knows that
yeah,
song.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So I scroll on TikTok and I don't even know whose what page I was on, but he had the song played sped up, right? And I'm like, what song is that? It just touched my soul, right? And I'm like, what? So I found, who's Chris Gray? And I started going through his music and I'm like, that's what I want to sing.
That's a style.
That's it, 100%. I got to meet him, by the way. I did a whole video.
Wow.
So,
See, God's in some places, God's really hooked you up.
oh, I'm telling you, if you knew who I knew, if I told you some names, we could talk off this, but you'd be like, girl,
I mean, John B, give me a call. I don't know if he's aged as well as you, though. Like, I can imagine he's not aged as well.
I don't know.
The same happened to Robin Thicke, went a bit.
So I was like, okay. So my son now is a producer, and I used to always joke. I would always say, my son's probably gonna make me famous, like, you know, as a joke, like it'll probably happen. So I heard Chris Gray stuff, and so I got in the studio and I was like, I started producing, and I called my son in, and we made this amazing song called "This Cathedral Is Mine," which ironically didn't do it on purpose. Kind of piggybacks off the book, meaning my guy ex soon to be whatever it is faded out whatever it is, but he's like, this is an anthem because this cathedral is mine is basically talking about self-empowerment.
You
And
claiming your shit back.
yeah, this cathedral is mine and you cannot enter. And so I'm shooting my own music video. And I'll
You're
give you,
shooting it yourself.
yeah,
No
yeah.
Hype Williams. No.
Yeah, you know, that's what I do too. So I
Oh,
shot
because
a
you're a screenwriter.
yeah, and I
That's your
shot. I don't
thing.
know if you've seen Adina Howard's last video. I shot that. So
Wow.
yeah,
You've
so I'm
you've
gonna
done some big things, and we
yeah,
haven't even got onto the books yet. So there's a lot to cover. We best talk about them books right now.
right. So yeah,
We've got out now.
so Cathedral right now is being mixed as of today. Actually, we just
Has your son had a big hands in that?
he did, he did,
Yeah.
he did. I'm so excited for him. Even though he's not that excited, he has anxiety. So he's like,
My son's a producer with anxiety as well.
I'm like, how
We
did we?
must produce them kind of kids, man.
Man, and what's so funny because he sings, he writes, he
Wow.
produces, like, and his stuff is so good. I'm like, when are you gonna put this out there? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, I'm gonna put it out, but I'm like, I can't do that because he's so anxious, you
Yeah,
know.
my
But
son as well. So I was like, can we put something on SoundCloud? You've been working in your bedroom and in the studio. I pay for the studio, you've been doing this for years. Put something on SoundCloud. And if it was anyone else, I would go behind his back and do it. But my son is so he's got so much integrity and pride that I can't even do that to him.
yeah, and well,
So I'm
this
just
was
gonna have to wait.
over. But I'm like, well, my thing is, I really believe in this song that I'm about to put out. I really believe in it. And if it does what I think it's gonna do, it's gonna put him on the map anyway. So
Yeah.
then there's that. I didn't do it on purpose. You wrote part of it, so
So where can we hear the song? Can we hear the song? Is it out anywhere we can hear it yet? No.
I,
When are we be? You're talking to an ADHD audience. We can't wait. The suspense will literally kill us. So when will this happen?
I'm gonna say so it's been a while. We've been trying to get this mixed together. So I'm gonna say probably safely the beginning of October we'll do a release.
Okay, so for Christmas time, that goes fast. It's going.
Yeah.
How the
Yeah.
weeks are going
I
like this.
have to mix back soon. I got to do the photo shoot. I got to shoot the video. I just hired a marketing manager, so we're gonna start just ramping up. Just getting people excited about what's to come, and then boom.
You're
And
doing things, man.
trying.
You are. And,
Trying.
and is there another book in you, or is the books wrapped up for now?
Um, Actually, I don't know what happened. I have so many books in my brain. Not necessarily fiction, but yes, I want to write more books. But I literally have a calendar, and I actually want to start a podcast too because I'm doing this thing called so I have a company called the Empress Company, and that's my metaphysical side. right?
Yeah.
So when I do these podcasts and people are usually like more spiritual, like what happened, I'm doing this thing. I always say I did soul surgery. That's how I got through this. So I'm writing a class and a book called Soul Surgery. So and the podcast will be kind of about that. So
That's really, I see some coaching and some, there could be, there's a lot of scope in there, you know, there's books, but there's also, you could do courses and webinars. You've got a lot of experience and a lot of soul surgery to help people. There's a lot of people that need that soul surgery.
yeah. So even my daughter was like, "Mom, please do this. We all need it." Because she calls me and I'm like, "I'm gonna start charging you, man." And then she kind of came. She's like, "You should charge, Mom, because you have the experience and you have the proof. Like you have receipts. You should do it."
Yeah.
So
Something good has to come out of this, and that's what we've got to do. That's why I always try and turn that trauma into humor, and
yes.
you either laugh or you cry, and I'm not going to cry anymore. I'm just going to spend the
No,
rest of my
I'm
life
tired of
laughing.
crying.
Yeah. So is there anything else that I want to know where we can all find you? So after people come on my podcast, people always message me and go, "Oh, I really related with this person," or "Where can I find this person?" So tell me, where's your best platform? Where's the best place to find you and reach out to you?
My websites, you can do officialnickyallen.com or nickyallen.com. Either
Hmm.
way, you'll find me.
Amazing. And are you on Instagram? Are you on Facebook? Are you on TikTok?
Instagram is Nikki Allen the one, and Facebook is Nikki Allen is the one, and I don't know what my TikTok is, but it's there.
Is there somewhere? Or honestly, is there anything that I had a list of questions to ask you, yeah, but it can go in any direction. I always make the questions in case there's nothing to talk about, but
Right.
it wasn't really an issue because you've got a lot to talk about. So I'm just getting to the end of my questions now to see if I'm going to come off of here and I'm going to think, oh shit, I wish I asked her that. Um, but honestly, thank you so much for joining us. What's next for you? What have you got coming up?
Just this song and trying to
Is
finish.
that where your energy is going to go in now?
That's where it is 100% right now is this music. Yeah.
And for someone listening who recognizes themselves in your story, whether they've stayed too long or lost their voice or whether they're just reclaiming themselves, what's your one bit of a soul surgery advice?
Give yourself some grace
Yeah.
because you will go back and forth, you will teeter, you will totter, you will. But give yourself some grace as long as you're trying to make those steps forward. You know, you think you're getting stepped back, and sometimes you are, but it's part of the journey, it's part of your becoming. So give yourself some grace.
Yeah, thank you so much, Nikki. That was amazing. Honestly, thank you so much for coming. And we can hear about your experiences and the story in Loved You, Hated You.
Yes. Yes.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I will thank my guests and I will be back to thank you. So thank you everyone for listening. Thank you, Nikki, so much.
Hey.